When you're insulin resistant, that is, you've got metabolic syndrome, pretty much every chemical in the body is not quite right. Some are up, some are down, few are actually at physiologically normal levels. Traditionally, the focus is on the big guns, sugar, insulin, and cholesterol. In this series, we take a look at some of the other players, who they are, what they're up to, and how they're part of the state of insulin resistance. This week, we feature aldosterone. Now, aldosterone is an upper. Its levels are typically higher than normal in someone who is insulin resistant, and it often goes hand in hand with high blood pressure. So, what exactly is it? Well, aldosterone is classified as a mineralocorticoid hormone. It's derived from cholesterol and produced by the adrenal glands. These are the little glands perched on top of the kidney. Its big job is to regulate the body's salt levels. This is quite important because sodium is a mover and shaker. Quite literally, hundreds of transporters dotted all over the body use the movement of sodium ions as the vehicle to move things across cell membranes. Now, in bygone times, before the advent of processed foods, sodium was a rather scarce resource. So aldosterone had to work hard. The way aldosterone helps the body hold on to sodium is by acting on the mineralocorticoid receptors, specifically the ones stuck in the tubules of the kidney. Now, this encourages the kidney to hold on to sodium and to pee out potassium, which in bygone days was rather pervasive and potentially toxic. In the process of holding on to sodium and eliminating potassium, water ends up being reabsorbed. And this is what impacts blood pressure. You see, the water fills up the pipes, and these have a fixed capacity. So when blood pressure is low, the filling of the pipes is most helpful. Of course, if the pipes become too full, the extra liquid has nowhere to go, so blood pressure rises. So aldosterone levels are carefully controlled by several systems, most notably the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, or RAS for short. This system is triggered when there is a drop in blood flow to the kidney. The other important regulator of aldosterone levels is the HPA axis. This is a hormonal system which connects the hypothalamus and pituitary, which are in the brain, and the adrenal glands. This system fires up every day as part of your circadian rhythm, but it can also be triggered when you face a particularly stressful situation. So, in a nutshell, aldosterone is a stress hormone. Now, the stresses that trigger its release are quite variable. They include severe blood loss, severe anxiety, shock brought on by either physical or emotional trauma, a shortage of sodium, or an excess of potassium, and, well, insulin resistance. Not sure if you've ever thought about the fact that insulin resistance is, to all intents and purposes, a stress response. This explains why stress hormones like aldosterone are elevated. So what? Well, most of the stresses I've listed are beyond your ability to control. But having said that, you can nudge your aldosterone levels lower. Now, one of the ways to do this is through meds that interfere with the RAS pathway. They will lower your blood pressure, but won't do much to alleviate the stress response. In actual fact, they'll keep it firing. To actually lower the stress response, you need to target the actual stresses. There are two levers you can pull. The first one would be to manage your sodium levels. Remember, too little sodium, not too much, is the stressor. The second is to manage your insulin levels. Studies have shown insulin acts directly on the adrenal gland, bumping up the production of adrenal steroids. Here are a few of the journal articles I've used to tell the aldosterone story. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.